I just tasted all of these soy sauces, and boy are my feet swollen. In a previous video, we had tested a bunch of different light soy sauces. Well, these are their premium offerings for light soy sauce, with the very noticeable exception of our two winners from the previous competition. The Donggu brand, or as I mistakenly called it last time, the time-honored China brand, it's actually called Donggu, I think, and the Kimlan soy sauce, the top two in our tasting tests, they don't offer premium versions of their soy sauce. This is all I could find in the grocery store. It doesn't mean they don't offer it, it's just what was available at the store. But it is interesting to note that they might not even bother doing premium brands because they just already have the best. I also found a completely new brand that we didn't get to test at all, so I picked these ones up in hopes that they will just join the fray, as it were. Now, the baseline categorization for any of these brands can be pretty confusing because it's quite arbitrary when compared to each other. Some will say premium, some will say supreme, some will say golden label, some will say first extract soy sauce. And of the four brands here, three of them have three categorizations of soy sauce and one of them has two. The system that I thought up, at least the one that makes the most sense to me, is to pit the tiers of soy sauces against each other to see if there really is a difference between the basic and premium grades of soy sauce within the brand themselves. And then the next thing to do after that is to taste test the best of each one against each other. It is worth noting that the price differences between regular soy sauce and premium soy sauces aren't actually all that much. One step up is only a couple of dollars, and then the next step up after that, if there are three tiers, is only a few dollars after that. The price difference is not exactly like that between like well liquor and top shelf liquor. So based on that, I'm not really expecting that much of an increase in quality, but I'm ready to be happily surprised. Let's get started. The first brand we're gonna try is very popular in the United States. It is the Pearl River Bridge brand. And they only have two tiers available that I've seen anyway. It's always been between the Superior Light Soy Sauce and the Golden Label Light Soy Sauce. I can mix these up as best I can, but seeing as they're two, I'm always gonna have like some kind of idea which is which, but actually no, never mind. I've definitely just forgotten which is what. So pretty confident that this is gonna be unbiased. So let's just give it a try. Not aggressively salty, some hints of like mushroom umami type flavors there. A little bit of sharpness at the end, but yeah, it's an okay light soy sauce. Should get some water. Slightly more complex, a little like a hint of sweeter note in there. Stronger umami flavor. It has more of a sharp brewed quality to it. It has more complexity, like more of a fermenty note, if that makes any sense. I'm guessing this one's a golden label. Yeah, this one's a golden label. So yeah, golden label, better, but not like, the complexities are subtle. Like the complexity is very, very subtle. Just a little bit of extra sharpness. Instead of being at the next level, it's more like a plus. If they weren't side by side, I probably wouldn't be able to differentiate between the two. And the ingredients are the exact same. But if I had to choose a winner in this, I'm gonna go with the golden label. The second round goes to another very, very popular brand, both in Hong Kong and in the United States. This is the Kum Kee brand. It comes in three different tiers: regular, premium, nope, regular, supreme, and premium light soy sauce. The premium one being their first draw. And when a company says that one bottle has their first draw soy sauce, it just means it is the first round of the batch, and supposedly it produces a more complex, richer taste in soy sauce, like the supreme soy sauce does. They're all quite different from each other ingredients wise. Somehow this also manages to be 5 extra calories per serving. Mixing these up, don't know. I know this is very scientific, but you just have to trust the fact that I have a terrible memory. I truly don't know which one is which for here. I also have no like brand loyalty or skin in the game, so that might count for something. Nice. This one is sour. This one is not very salty at all. It's almost like in between a Chinese soy sauce and a Japanese soy sauce. Not necessarily in a good way. It has that lighter, almost like wine, vinegary flavor that I get from Japanese soy sauce, but still like that depth and umami that I expect from Chinese soy sauces. This next one is definitely more Chinese soy sauce. Very nice, actually. Has like a sweeter note, lighter in body, and like not at all that salty. Maybe it's because I'm comparing it to this one mentally, but like this one is very, very pleasant. There's salt, there's umami, and it's very nicely balanced. Oh, that one's even better. That one's like this one, just but better. More of that higher note, more of that brewing, that like flavors and complexities that you get from like wines or alcohols or ripe wines or something like that. Just overall lighter and more citric in nature. I'm guessing this one might be the superior light soy sauce. I think this one would be the regular and this one would be the golden label. Let's see if I'm right. It would be cool if I was, but whatever. This is the superior light soy sauce. This is, yep, I was right. This one's the golden label and that one's my favorite. That's not golden label, sorry. That is the, that is the supreme. This one, no. That is the premium. Okay, this one was that premium. When I said golden label, I meant the one that was first brewed in my mind. But this one, the number 2, the Supreme Light Soy Sauce, no artificial colors, made with non-GMO soybeans, and then it just says right here, Japanese style soy sauce. I would not use this in favor of other Japanese style soy sauces. Premium style soy sauce for Kum Kee wins the taste tests for this round. The next one we have is Amoy brand. It's also from Hong Kong, maybe lesser known in the States than Kum Kee is. Looking at the ingredients, their most basic one is the most simple with water, soybean, salt, wheat flour, sugar, caramel color, and MSG. Meanwhile, all the other ones have the exact same base ingredients, but like have one extra flavoring compound and yet another flavoring compound. Disodium guanylate and disodium inositate are in this one, whereas MSG is the only flavoring compound in this, and this has also both disodium inositate and disodium guanylate. I don't know what that means, but you know, I'm guessing these are for extra like flavor to make them taste maybe better than the other. Props to their confidence, their basic soy sauce is branded as delicious light soy sauce. Their mid-tier is gold label and their top tier is first extract soy sauce, or so I should say, first extract light soy sauce. So just, oops, doing a little mixing again. It is like, I'm gonna note that in my taste tests, their basic light soy sauce, when tested against other basic light soy sauces, did not test that high, or as high as like the others. This tastes like salt water. Definitely saltier than it is umami. Let's try the next one. More umami flavor, more brewing flavor. I need to come up with a proper term for that. Like more brewed flavor, I guess. Bit of sweetness and not like as aggressively salty as the first one. Better. Now we're trying the third one. It's almost fishy. Not in a bad way. Very salty, not as complex as the second one. Both of these are much lighter than this. I guess like the saltiness of the first one is what makes it heavy, and then like the extra layers of flavor is what makes them like lighter in my mind. As a guess, I would say this one is like 1, 2, 3. As far as the grades go, it's like, you know, 1, 2, 3. So let's see if I'm right. Nope, this is 2. This is 3. Whoa, my favorite one is 1. I was completely wrong. In a way, I'm kind of glad that this happened because like it would be kind of boring if, you know, I did a taste test of a bunch of them and then it's always the most expensive one that was the winner. But this one has the least amount of ingredients. I guess when it comes to these two, this one really is the delicious one. The last round is a brand that I did not get to test in the first video. This brand is called Haday brand, and I don't know how the proper pronunciation is supposed to be, I apologize. But apparently a quick Google search finds that it is the most popular or one of the most popular soy sauce brands within China itself. I have not seen it here in the US until recently at my Chinese grocery store, 168 Asian Mart. I'm actually very excited to try this because apparently it's the most popular brand in China. So let's give this a try. Maybe folks in the comments can help me out with like which one is actually the premium one. My gut instinct is to assume that the smaller glass bottle is the premium one. It also has like, you know, 3 little gold dots on here. So I wish I kept the receipt. I could have found out which one was more expensive, but you know, I bought these a while ago. Anyways, this has to be the seasoned one. Yummy. It's a sauce. It's kind of like a cool dipping sauce. A little medicinal, weird. Yeah, very high brewed flavor, unexpected notes of like herbs, very sweet for a soy sauce, very high amount of sweetness in there. The salt almost takes like a back note to sweetness and umami. I'm guessing that is the seasoned soy sauce. We'll see if I'm right later. That just might be this brand of soy sauce though. Maybe they just like add a lot of stuff to it and they all taste pretty good this way. Yeah, they might all just taste pretty good this way. This one, very much like the last one. Not as much of the herbaceous notes, but it is bright, it is sweet, and it is umami. This brand is very interesting. I get notes of like seaweed in there. There's like a little bit of kombu in the back. Wow. Sweeter. This gives me like little notes of wine. Wow, this one's almost sugary in comparison. Complex, almost like I get notes of like jujubes, almost like it's almost fruity. I'm glad I did all 3 of them because I actually can't tell which one is the seasoned one compared to all of the other sauces that I tried. We're just gonna see what is what. Let me see. 1. So this one is this one. This one is 3. I like this one more. And then this one is the seasoned one. All right, cool. We have chosen our winners for all of the different brands. Let's pit them all against each other. And we're going to bring back these 2. The winners from the last video that don't have elevated or upper tiers of their soy sauce. They just kind of stand on their own. At least at my grocery store they did. Well, here we are, the final round. I feel like this is more of a test for me than it is for these soy sauces, holy crap. So here we are down to the top 6. Here we have, like, I guess in competition, my favorites of each one. And I'm saying that as I'm just mixing all of these. Not bad, brewy texture, kind of like hints of plum now. Probably not gonna be my favorite of the group. Salty, sour, not all that complex. More so, a little funky on this, almost like a bit of cheese in comparison to the last one. I like it better, but still not like my super favorite. Number 3. Sweeter, very sweet. So there is a differentiator here. Domesticated, like locally loved soy sauces, Pearl River Bridge and Kum Kee, they tend to be a lot less sweet than the other ones. So Haday, Kimlan are both like noticeably sweet in flavor as far as soy sauces go, which makes them just seem more balanced. They're still soy sauces, but I think that's where they get the edge. All right, this one is great too. This one is kind of the same. This has some sweetness to it. Saltier, not as complex, still not bad. Heavier in body than even the first two. And then the last one here is like forward on that like wine-like complexity. Salty, but still quite nice. All right, so this is my top choice, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. We're gonna start from the bottom. 6 is number 2. Pearl River Bridge comes in last in this taste test. Oh, I kind of knew that was gonna happen though. Number 5 is the delicious Amoy brand soy sauce. Did not come in very high in the last video either, I would say. Number 4 is number 3, Kum Kee premium light soy sauce. Good job, very nice. Number 4, or the third place is number 4, Kimlan. I did not expect that. And now between the top 2, in number 2 is 6, Donggu brand Donggu brand, which is the Chinatown honored brand soy sauce. And then coming very close to number 1, which is the one that wasn't even in the last video, Haday premium brand soy sauce. That one turned out to be my favorite. Interesting that my favorite soy sauce in this competition isn't even a premium one. But I will say it was pretty close between these two, and I just really had to make a decision. I just like the finish of that one even more. What does this mean for your pantry? It means that if between Pearl River Bridge and Kum Kee, go with Kum Kee premium brand, and if you can find any of these 4, you should be perfectly fine and confident in your choice in soy sauce. These are all very delicious. Sorry about that, Pearl River Bridge. And the funny thing is, Pearl River Bridge is the one that I used most for like my work back in the day because it was all we really had. Yeah, that being said, like local brands have a very hard time competing with what's really good in Asia. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with this top 3, and you are perfectly fine if your options are within the top 4. These are my selections. It's super educational for me. Like, it's crazy how the one that wasn't even in the running came out on top. And I can see why it's potentially the most popular brand in China. Delicious. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe and share and all of that good stuff. I loved doing this. I think this is really cool. I will be doing a dark soy sauce version in the future. That one's a little bit more difficult because dark soy sauce is meant to be cooked with, not just tasted. But yeah, there you go. There's my top 4. I will write it all down in the descriptions, and I will see you next time.